Welcome to the English Story Well channel, your ultimate destination for captivating stories that enhance your English learning journey. Here, we believe that stories are not just a form of entertainment, but a powerful tool to improve your language skills. Let's go to started.
It was a Monday morning, and the alarm clock buzzed loudly beside my bed. I groaned and turned it off, already feeling tired before the day had even begun. My name is Jake, and I'm 14 years old. I live in a small town with my parents and younger sister, Emma. Today was just another day, but I had a feeling it was going to be a boring one. I slowly got out of bed and dragged myself to the bathroom to brush my teeth. As I stared at my reflection in the mirror, I sighed. Another boring day, I thought. After brushing my teeth, I changed into my school uniform and headed downstairs for breakfast. In the kitchen, my mom was making pancakes. Normally, I loved pancakes, but today I wasn't in the mood for them. I sat down at the table, and my sister Emma joined me. She was always full of energy, even in the morning. "Good morning, Jake," she said cheerfully. "Morning," I replied, not quite as enthusiastically. "What's wrong? You look like you didn't sleep well," she said, looking concerned. "I'm just tired, that's all," I answered, taking a bite of my pancake. After breakfast, I grabbed my backpack and headed to the bus stop. The school bus was already there, and I climbed aboard. I sat in my usual seat by the window, hoping that something exciting would happen today. But as the bus drove through the familiar streets, I realized that today would probably be just like any other day. At school, the first class was math. I usually liked math, but today it felt like the numbers were swimming in front of my eyes. I struggled to focus on what the teacher was saying. My mind kept wandering to thoughts of how boring the day was going to be. Next was English class. We were reading a story that I had already read before, so I found it hard to stay interested. I looked around the classroom, and everyone seemed to be paying attention except for me. My friend, Tom, who sat next to me, nudged my arm. "Hey, Jake, are you okay?" he asked. "Yeah, I'm fine. Just bored," I replied. "Bored? But this story is so interesting," Tom said with a puzzled look. "I've already read it," I explained. Tom shrugged and went back to listening to the teacher. I tried to focus, but my mind kept drifting. I started doodling in my notebook, drawing random shapes and patterns. Before I knew it, the bell rang, signaling the end of class. The rest of the school day went by in a blur. I went from class to class, trying to stay awake and pay attention, but it felt like time was moving so slowly. Finally, it was lunchtime, and I met up with Tom and our other friends in the cafeteria. As we sat down to eat, Tom asked, "So, Jake, what's been going on? You've seemed out of it all day."
"I don't know, man.
"It's just been such a boring day," I said with a sigh. "Boring? But we're going to play soccer after school." "That's not boring," Tom reminded me. "Yeah, I guess," I said, not feeling as excited as I usually did. After lunch, we had science class. Normally, I enjoyed science experiments, but today we were just reviewing for a test. I tried to take notes, but my mind kept wandering. I looked at the clock and saw that there were still 2 hours left of school. It felt like an eternity. When the final bell rang, I was relieved that the school day was finally over. Tom and I walked to the soccer field to meet up with the rest of our team. We had practice every Monday, and it was usually the highlight of my day. But today, even soccer didn't seem that exciting. We started playing, but I couldn't seem to get into the game. I missed a few easy passes and even let the ball go past me a couple of times. Tom noticed and came over to check on me. "Jake, what's going on?"
You're usually so good at this," he said.
"I don't know, Tom. I'm just not feeling it today," I admitted. "Maybe you just need a break. How about you sit this one out and rest for a bit," he suggested. I nodded and walked over to the bench. As I sat there, watching my friends play, I couldn't help but feel frustrated with myself. Why was I feeling so bored and tired today? I usually loved playing soccer, but today everything felt dull and uninteresting. After practice, I walked home alone. The sun was setting, and the sky was painted with shades of orange and pink. Normally, I would have enjoyed the walk, but today I just wanted to get home and go to bed. When I got home, my mom asked how my day was. "It was okay," I replied, not wanting to talk about how boring it had been. After dinner, I went to my room and tried to do some homework, but I couldn't focus. I ended up lying on my bed, staring at the ceiling. I felt like I had wasted the whole day being bored, and it made me feel even worse. Just then, there was a knock on my door, and Emma came in. "Hey, Jake, can I talk to you?" she asked. "Sure," I said, sitting up. Emma sat down on the bed next to me and looked at me with concern. "I noticed you've been really quiet today. Is everything okay?" she asked. "I don't know, Emma. It's just been such a boring day. I don't know why, but nothing seemed interesting or fun today," I explained. Emma thought for a moment and then said, "You know, Jake, sometimes we all have days like that. But maybe you just need to find something to look forward to. What's something that usually makes you happy?" I thought about it and realized that there were a lot of things that made me happy: spending time with friends, playing soccer, reading a good book. But today, none of those things seemed to work. "Maybe you just need a change of scenery," Emma suggested. "How about we do something fun together tomorrow after school? We could go to the park, or maybe we could bake some cookies." I smiled at the idea. Spending time with Emma always made me feel better. "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea," I said. Emma smiled back and gave me a hug. "Don't worry, Jake. Tomorrow will be a better day." The next day, I woke up feeling a little more hopeful. I still wasn't excited about school, but I knew that I had something to look forward to after. I got through the school day, and when it was finally over, I met up with Emma at home. "Ready to go to the park?" she asked with a grin. "Yeah, let's go," I said, feeling a bit more excited. We walked to the park, and as soon as we got there, I started to feel better. The fresh air and the sound of birds chirping lifted my spirits. Emma and I played on the swings, ran around, and even had a small picnic. As we sat on the grass, eating sandwiches, Emma turned to me and said, "See, Jake? Sometimes all you need is a little change to make things better." "Yeah, you're right," I agreed. "Thanks, Emma. You always know how to cheer me up." The rest of the day was much better. When we got home, we decided to bake cookies together. We laughed and had fun making a mess in the kitchen. By the time we were done, I felt like the boring day I had yesterday was a distant memory. As I lay in bed that night, I realized that sometimes it's okay to have a boring day. Not every day can be exciting, and that's okay. What matters is how you choose to handle it. With the right attitude and a little help from people who care about you, even the most boring days can turn around. The end. This story reminds us that it's okay to have off days, but it's important to find joy in the small things and look forward to the better days ahead. With a positive outlook and support from loved ones, even the dullest days can be brightened.
Whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner, our carefully curated stories cater to all levels, making learning English enjoyable and effective. Join our community of language enthusiasts and let the magic of storytelling transform your learning experience. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Dive into English Story Well, where every story is a step towards mastering English.